Yeah, I think just first of all, proud of the way our guys came out in the first half. We felt at halftime that we were right in the game. Obviously, it was 10-7. Missed a short field goal. We had an opportunity, a chance, and felt really good about it. The disastrous third quarter. We came out and did not play very well at all. 3 and out offensively, then they go score, and then we come back through an interception. They go score, and we never could stop the momentum. And I thought obviously give credit to those guys, and they gave Gordon. Got his carries in the second half there and really hit some big time runs. And we're missing tackles and 3 and 4 guys, and he's bouncing off and just getting big chunk runs. And then they hit a 75-yarder where nobody touches him, and he just outruns us. So obviously he's a good player. We did a good job holding him in check in the first half, and couldn't get it done there in the third quarter when they kind of broke the game open. Obviously we got to be a lot better. We had several guys that had to play tonight, that had to go in and try to get minutes for us, including the running back room. We're down to our 5th and 6th string guys in that position. We played some other guys on defense. Dorian Jones was not here tonight. His grandmother passed away, so he's back in the funeral there. So JT had to play a lot more minutes tonight as well at the linebacker position. Put Carroll out there at corner. When Harris gave up a couple of plays, trying to shake it up, mix it up a little bit at corner, then he gives up some couple of plays, so he hit some deep balls on us. It was unfortunate, but their quarterback made some great throws and the receivers made some great catches, so I give them credit too. So just a bad second half, and there's no other way to slice it. We got our butts whipped in the second half.
Questions for Coach?
Coach, 172 yards in the first quarter. What did Oklahoma State do differently defensively the rest of the game that gave you guys issues?
Yeah, they're good defense. I think what they were doing. Early in the game, we popped some runs on them, and it was hitting the edges. And what they started doing later on was bringing more pressure off the edges, tightening up the safeties there, and really slowing down some of that running game. And we didn't do a good enough job early in the game, pushing the ball down the field. We're worried a little bit about protection. We did call up a shot play, and we get sacked there in the second quarter, I believe. It could have been first. I think it was second quarter. So trying to get the ball down the field, and that we felt they had some really good pass rushers, and so we wanted to be very careful with that, and we just never got anything going throw game wise to get the ball down the field. And I think that's the difference in the last 3 quarters.
What happened with Miles and Corey, and what's their status?
I really don't have the status. I just know when they came, they said they couldn't go. So they've both been dinged up like a lot of guys get at this point in the season. They've been battling through, and I think it got to the point. I think Miles got dinged up on the last play of the first half, then came back out and just couldn't go. And Corey's been kind of dinged up and just battled through and got to a point where he couldn't go. And and we're already down a few guys. Ethan did not make the trip, and so we're down toward the end of the guys. And I still thought they played hard, but that's where we're at.
Third quarter, 3rd and 1 at your, I believe, 34-yard line. You guys are stopped open the second half. Would you say that was the kind of turning point that gave Oklahoma State some momentum?
What was that now? I'm sorry.
3rd and 1, and at the beginning of the third quarter, you guys come out 3rd and 1, you get stopped, and it seemed like things spiraled out of control from there.
Yeah, maybe, but I just think we just never grabbed any momentum with it. That's part of it. I was part of the series that went on there, where we really didn't slow them down there, and get them off the field. I thought we had them pinned a few times, and then we let them out, and then we just didn't get anything going offensively either. So it was really both sides, and those are points in the games where you need one side or the other to rise up and make some plays, whether it be offense or defense. And we didn't pick each other up. We're not moving the ball, and then on offense, and then the defense goes and they go score. It just kind of kept going, and never stopped that momentum. That was the big key there in the second half.
It seems like the drops were an issue too.
Yeah, no question, because those keep the chains moving, and it keeps you rhythm on offense. And now you have a drop, and now it's 10, and 10 again. It's a 2nd and 10, and 3rd and 10, which makes it a lot more difficult. We were. There was a couple throws early in the game Emory missed, and then there was about 2 or 3 drops that the guys didn't catch it. They had balls there, out of sync a little bit, and that was a big difference there, and not being able to keep on the sticks and moving the football, in our pass completion percentage. I mean, it wasn't very good.
Brady Lichtenberg gets a look there. Does he get a further look, or is anything up for?
Well, I mean, I thought
Evaluation.
at the end, toward there in the fourth quarter, let's let him go out there and play. Let's see what he can do, if he can spark the guys a little bit. And I thought he came out and played well, threw a nice touchdown pass to AT there in the corner. At that point too in the game, there's a lot of drop eight, so it wasn't as many throwing lanes out there. I don't think that he was able to make, but I thought he ran hard, played good. A time that we need to see what he can do. And so, we'll go back and look at the film and really evaluate it and see where we need to go from there.
You have 4 games, and the redshirt issue comes into play here. Are there guys that you might give a chance?
Yeah, absolutely. You got 4 games left here. A lot of guys played in the EKU game, the very first game. I think Mook got in here and played a little bit today as D-line or defensive line. We're going to start looking at that. So we'll maybe try to play some of these guys that will have time to play. You got 3 games left, more than likely. Barry Jackson will be one that comes to mind that we will get in there and let him play for sure.
Losing's obviously not fun. How do you keep that locker room together and try to build off of this experience?
Yeah, I mean, it's not easy. I promise you that. It's very difficult. And we've had, times in this season where we play really, really good. I feel like we can compete with anybody out there. And then other times, man, we don't look good. And so we obviously got to work to get better, work to get those players in the right positions, the guys making the plays that need to be out there on the field. And if they're out there on the field, they're not making the plays, they don't need to be out there on the field. So we got to really evaluate that, look at that. And if there's some young guys that need to be playing, we got to put them in and let them play as well. And it's kind of to your point, what we're talking about. So, we got to continue to motivate, to move forward. I told them in the locker room, we got Central Florida next week. They're in the same boat we are, haven't won a Big 12 game. 2 really good programs and that are making this transition and kind of in the same boat, I think we certainly got a lot to play for, and that's motivation for our guys. And so, we'll see who shows up in the building ready to work tomorrow. We got a late trip tonight, but we'll be ready to roll tomorrow.
How tough is it to go with the guys and keep them from thinking, oh, here we go again?
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of the same things happen in the way you lose games, with one thing leading to some, if you convert on that first drive, there's points and it's tied, and you know the whole song and dance.
Yeah, no, it seems like a lot of that's happened, and then in the second half, this was a little bit like it was worse, but a little bit like the Iowa State, where it kind of got out of hand a little bit. But I think when we're doing the things that we're supposed to do and playing like we're supposed to do, we can play with anybody, and we got to do more of that. We got to do more of that, and then. Tonight we were down some guys, and so some other guys came in and got an opportunity, and they got to be able to make the plays when they get that opportunity. And that's where we are. I mean, we got to continue to get better and continue to fight, because that's all we can do at this point. That's what we have to do, and we got a bunch of fighters in there, and that's what we'll do.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks.